All right, so we're here today at the Athlete Matrix in Mississauga, Ontario, and we're working with a series of athletes in what's called an in-person jump analysis appointment. And I'm a part way through this session with Chris, who's coming in as a volleyball, basketball player, a bit more of a mature athlete at 33 years old, and we're taking an in-depth look at his jump today. Today is all about stripping away all of the behaviors that are not working in his advantage and reintroducing good position and behavior to make sure that he can, hopefully, it'll happen, jump higher today and then carry that down the road as we move forward. If you haven't already and you'd like to kind of follow along with all the different things that we do here at PPA, is just subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below what type of an athlete you'd love to see a jump overhaul with, and maybe some examples of people that you know that could benefit from that. So anyway, enough to it, let's get to the session. Standing stuff, like I'm gonna assume that you can pretty handily take care of 8.5 feet. That's 8.6 to here, 10.6 to the red.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're like, if you at some point, you're saying you could hit that, yeah. So why don't we take out at least this, and we'll put 9 to the bottom. Okay. So have you used a Vertec at all before?
No, never.
Okay, so with the Vertec, the flags are relatively loose.
Okay.
So you don't need to spike it. Okay. Basically, I tell people you're gonna go up, extend, and then press. Okay, and you'll get a feel for it. Basically, you're just not trying to crush it because it'll probably shake the whole thing into pieces. And also, you'll want to essentially aim from the middle out to the left so that you don't hit the actual support there. But yeah, we'll play around there, man. Have some fun, and yeah, you just set yourself up for a standing jump and do it. Just make it happen, man. You don't even have to go full out the first couple times if you just want to start clearing some away. Yeah, right. You just clear them away. We'll just get them out of there for you. And we'll put it up if you're jumping higher. Good, awesome. And you can take time in between. Okay, typically like in a combine setting, you'll do 3, and the next person will go. You go back in line. You'll do 3, and you'll just kind of keep rotating. You're all good, man. Take a deep breath. Good. There we go. There we go. Get it out of there. This is good. We're gonna we'll keep the reps to like a relative low volume, especially if you have like a fast drop off. Okay. So when you're at a point where I can tell you're putting a good amount of effort and it's like getting hard. Well, let's see what's up, man. Give it some punch. There, you got 2. I would take a second and do one more. Okay. Yeah, take like a minute. Okay. Step back. You're still not even fully extending. So just get your arm up there. Get those seasoned lats extended. That's it, man. That's it. You're going up for a block, right? This is what's up. There, good. So we'll take that then, yeah? Okay. So we'll go 7, 8, 9, 9, 9. Okay. 9, 9. Okay. So why don't we do that? Just go take a walk for a sec. Shake the legs out. I'll set this up for a full approach. I'm gonna put up a little higher because I don't want you to be all the way to the tip top. All the way to the tip top. How's it going? It's on, yeah? Okay. All right. So we're gonna get him with some full approach now. Says he's old. He's not old. He's 33. If he's old, just puts me in a bad category. But some natural power, which is really, really nice to see. So it's good to have that template to work with. I think we're going to be able to get some results out of my man today. You feel good?
Feel okay, yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen, we're going to get you moving. The goal is, by the end of the day today, you feel better about things. Yeah, really, that's all that matters, right? So, full approach. Just kind of source that volleyball approach. Whatever you're comfortable with, you're going to go up to try to dunk or hang in a rim. 9. Let's get at least that out of there. Right? And again, same thing here is like take a jump, we'll clear some stuff, walk back, shake it out, and we'll just go until you feel good. All right? Let's see what's up. Okay, good. Take your time, man. Take your time. I like these. They're more about It's more about just like hanging out, having fun. It's like we're just jumping together. I would jump with you, but I'm crippled from swinging a driver yesterday. Honestly, like I didn't realize how much, and like I've taken like skin off of my hands, like because your grip, you're just trying to rip. I'm telling you, man, like when you're trying to move that club at like 130 miles an hour, that energy's going somewhere, straight through this skin of mine. All right, man. Good, good. Grab even more of a little bit of a side angle to be perfect for being able to break that down. Good job, brother. I'll get out of the way. Good. And I'm not really gonna give you any coaching cues yet. So the whole goal, right, is like I wanna see what's up first, and then we'll get into the real fun stuff after. So this is on you here. This is that dunk that you wanna show me, right? Okay, back, shake out. Let's go one at it, you got it, right? I'm gonna come over here. There we go. It was a better jump. That was a better jump. Okay. You know what? The first one you went up was kind of like you didn't really reach. I'll give you one more go. Okay. I want to be fair, right? Like in terms of like an overhaul, I think it's fair to show that I've given you the opportunity to fully warm, fully jump multiple times so that your jumps can warm you up, and then we cap it where we cap it. All right. Okay. Let's do it. See, look it. I want to be able to give you the opportunity to jump. All this means is that now our job is to get you jump even higher than that. Yeah. If I wanted to make it easy, I'd be like, hey man, stop. Yeah. Just stop. There you go. Now we're feeling good. Okay. You good there? No. Oh, you want to call that? Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so that's 10-1. 10-1. 10-1. So let's note this here. Actually, why don't you open a note on your phone? Okay, let's make a quick note here so you have the metrics. I have it on camera, so we have it for verification purposes. Make a note. We'll say your pretest. I'll also, at the end, we'll take your reach. Okay, so that we can give you some, like, all the numbers you need. Okay. Okay. So our counter movement jump, so our CMJ was 9'9". And the approach was 10'1". Okay. 9'9", 10'1". I'll be honest with you, man. Like straight out of the gate, you have a lot of things working in your favor. Okay. Like from a behavioral standpoint, like what I'm looking for first and foremost is that you are completely accelerating through the point of takeoff. That's like the most common mistake, is that we get that disturbance in speed. And I can tell you've jumped for long enough that you understand that you jump higher when you carry speed through takeoff. So behavior, that's what we're looking for out of the gate. We call that connectedness, right? Point A to point B. Okay. Then we're gonna look for how well you manage kind of your center of mass through that whole jump. And you do a good job, man. Like I can tell that you've been consuming the information already, which is awesome. So it's, making sure that you have some good upright positions through that mid-flight of that penultimate stride, that big long one, and you have a nice controlled, aggressive penultimate stride. I think where we're gonna make some, all puns intended, strides today is going to be in actually trying to get you a hair lower into your penultimate, and then through it, so that what'll happen is we'll avoid any further lowering of the body. So when we're coming to jump, right, like the idea is we're trying to take our mass, our body, through space horizontally with as little up and down action as possible. Because up and down means braking, right? Rising and falling means braking, because all the forces we get through the ground are braking forces. So we want to be able to manage where that center of mass is at a consistent height, so that when you make it through this penultimate stride to your plant, and this block comes, that the hip is going to be at a consistent level when that foot hits, when that block hits, and then it's a really quick transition off the ground. Okay? So I think that is going to be a big stride for you today. We're going to play around with, just some postural drills that you can do. Have you done any of the stuff from like the missing link or anything that we've provided before, like the technique drills, or have you just kind of like?
I haven't done in a while. No.
Okay, perfect. And then I definitely want to play around with some impulse blocks to get the timing, that really nice aggressive strike through the ground. And then honestly, I think our warm-up sequence that we'll go through, which will make sure that we give you some time to kind of like bring yourself down a bit, because I don't want to gas you, is going to help you just feel a little bit bouncier. And then finally some breath work, some visualization stuff that I think is going to open your mind, blow your mind, whatever your mind decides to do. I think it's going to do it. Okay, so here's what I want from you first and foremost is when you initiate this approach, I want you to think a little bit more about starting with a slight squatted stance. So just lowering the hips a little bit. So you're just going to follow with me right now. So I just want you to kind of like relax the knees just a little bit. And we're going to kind of just walk ourselves through our approach with a slightly lower position. So from here, right, we're going to go 1, 2, as we're taking that second stride, we're feeling that body lower just a hair further. And then we're pushing through that stride at that height. So we're, instead of starting really tall and transitioning through that approach and then lowering as we're going into the penultimate, I'm gonna have you lower a little bit before, and then it should help you to be a little bit smoother through that. So I just want you to walk through about 5 times. We're gonna walk through the approach. So squat down, we'll take our strides, just walk through your approach. It's okay, go ahead. Yeah, just 2. Yeah, visualize, right, lower to that position. Arms are still gonna go back. We're gonna slow everything right down. Yeah, and back, good, and come back again. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these visualization walks or shadow jumps, just type to ingrain. It's essentially how to get reps in without getting reps in that are gonna destroy your body. Okay, so shadow jumping is something that you can do at a whole bunch of different intensities, this being the lowest. Okay, so walk through it a few more times. You should visualize yourself actually going for a jump. You're going slower and much more controlled. Yeah, it's okay. It takes a minute. It's all good, man. Walk. Yeah, there you go, good. Come back. Good, allow the arms more naturally. When you take that first step forward, it's like we're just going for a little bit of a jog, right? 1, 2, on that 2, the hands kind of prep in front of the body just a little bit. 3, 4. So run, prep, 3, 4. Okay, so it's okay. Yeah, you got it, man. Yeah, just like that. Arms prep, good, back and forward, perfect. And then just follow through with the hands. Yeah, so your goal is once that block hits that position, that those arms are coming through with that block, right? We want that moment of strike. Yep. 2, yeah. 3, 4, good. Do it again. Good. Do it again. Good, yep. Now we want to make sure that we just lower a little bit early, yeah, so that you're not coming up into that penultimate, that we're staying low that whole time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're slowly lowering. Yeah, good. Go again.
Or is that okay?
It's okay. I don't want you to overthink this too much other than just finding the connected points of your jump, right? So the arms and stuff, they'll all come together eventually. The key is like we need to put ourselves into our jump, even though we're moving slow and it feels hard because you're not at that same normal speed where it's like your muscle memory takes over. If you're in control of your strides, when it comes to full speed effort, you're even that much more connected to your jump, yeah? Okay, so let's try that again. Right, start low, good, 1, 2, good. Perfect, that's your best one yet, awesome. Good, do it again. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. Easy peasy. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove kind of the initial strides and we're gonna focus primarily on, once we have that lowered posture, through that penultimate stride, we're gonna do what's just called a penultimate jab. So you're gonna lower yourself down and we're just gonna walk that foot forward to this position and hold that arm back, step through, strike the foot. Okay, so lower the posture a bit, feet together. That's okay, this is kind of, we're taking away this stuff here. Right, we're going to load up the leg that we're pushing from. Okay, we're gonna jab that foot forward, boom. Okay, now in this position, I want the weight back. You're gonna feel a lot of it, good. Go back there again. Good, yeah, arms back like you're loading, good. You'll see that weight's in this quad. Good, I like that it's on the outside of the heel. Now, as you step through this foot, This posture doesn't change here, and the hips stay low.
Okay.
Go ahead and walk it through. Perfect, do it again. Awesome. So penultimate jab and walk through. Extend it, extend it, because your penultimate is quite extended.
Yeah.
So we want to open this up to feel very similar. Good, good, just keep that hip low, walk it through, it's okay. Good, and now we're getting comfortable being very uncomfortable. And you talk about like stability and trunk control. Put yourself into that penultimate mid-flight, hold that position, and tell me that you don't have to fire every fucking part of your body to stay there, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's try it again. Prep the hips, right? Stay low with that. Don't set, good, yeah, stay there. Load that left side up, step, good. Yes, yeah, don't apologize to me. Here we go. Boom. It's okay, arms back, really, that's your counterbalance, yeah? Good, now walk it, strike the foot. Good, one more time. Now on this one, commit to sending the arms.
Okay.
There's a tendency to wanna like step and like stay over the foot for balance, right?
Yeah.
When you're doing this, like that, these hands go back, and you'll see that I really sit like into this lead foot, right? When we're doing a jump, our mass will position itself over the power points. So when you step through these things slowly, you need to make sure that you're also mimicking what your body's actually been doing. So it's as I go, this foot's gonna come out because I'm already starting to turn the toe and turn the hip, my weight shifting onto that leg, and the arms are prepped versus me trying to be like squared down the middle. You don't jump like this, I watched you, right?
So weight is here after
Right, the weight is, you're gonna feel it in that back stretched hip, and you're gonna feel it in that front leg, but the weight is still behind this foot. Okay? Still behind that foot. There's that balance, good. Now step through. Do you feel the difference in balance when you shift that weight over that foot? Okay, now we're gonna do 2 more. Shift, good, it's okay. Right, find that posture, good. When you feel wiggly, the key, embrace the wiggles.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
Seriously, is you embrace it, you fight for it, because that's gonna be the moment that your body's gonna learn a lot. When it mechanically, like neurologically, it learns a lot in that moment. Brace them, try to find it. If you're still scrambling, step back out, take a breath, do it again. Okay? Good. Step through. Good, yep. On this one, kind of what you did there instinctively, as you step, lead with that plant, step and strike, is I wanna find a little moment of impulse, and we're gonna pop off the ground. So we're gonna do that little block and jump. So it's gonna be down, step, and then nice controlled landing. This is maybe 40, 50% effort, but we still wanna find that strike, okay? So we're gonna be down, here we go. Good, step and strike, good. Good, and really cushion that landing. That's perfect, man. Let's get the hips even just a little lower on this one. Do the exact same thing, and we're gonna do 1 more. Step, there, step and strike. Yeah, awesome, I love that. Good, shake your legs out for a bit. It's funny like how much like a technique session will tax you. For sure. Right, it's a lot of positional instability. It tasks your nervous system a little bit because it puts you in these kind of unstable positions. So the second half of that drill that you were doing, that little strike and pop, that impulse block, you can train that on its own as well. Okay, so we don't always have to, and typically what I'll do is we kind of extrapolate the jump. We start with one kind of small detail, add another, get really good, add another. If you're practicing your jump as a complete jump over and over and over again, and you have a glaring flaw, you brush over that, and all you do is exacerbate it, right? Because all you're doing is getting to that point of flaw faster when you just have that entire approach. So for this one, I want you to have that kind of plant foot already in contact with the ground, that trail leg, because essentially we're coming in from this position, that block is now coming through. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of pull it a little bit closer to this plant foot. The hands are also now starting to come through. So they're gonna be just behind the butt. And from this position, we're going to kind of sweep, punch the block, strike the arms, and pop off the ground. So it's from here, we're nice and low, boom, and land. Pop, boom. And it should feel nice and kind of connected. Back foot in a bit. Close, yeah, good. Nice and low like you were already in that penultimate. Good, arms behind, and then strike that block and pop. good. Go back in that same position again. I want you to think about that block coming through lower and really attacking the ground. Low sweep, attack the ground. Awesome, do it again. In closer with that back foot, good, yeah. Sweep and strike. Good, get it down faster this time, that block. I want you to really, really concentrate on, like, get the foot there, get the hands there. Foot, hands. Pop, good. And on this one, I want you to really, like, let the arms follow through.
Okay.
So strike with it, pop, and let the arms follow through, and then catch yourself in that nice controlled position. Okay, that was better on the contact, but did you, yeah, the hands started in front. You feel that?
Yeah.
Right, so you're here, and then it was like, so we have to take a checklist essentially. So this is something that I tell to every athlete I work with is when you're progressing through your technique drills, is not being afraid of before you perform something. If you're getting into a position, take a quick checklist before you initiate a movement. Okay. So it's okay, plants down, shoulder over hip, balanced, arms behind the butt, then go. Okay. Versus like just down. Once you have patterned it enough, you won't have to think about it as much, but better to take that checklist now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? So lowered, let's turn that plant just out a hair because again, the likelihood is at this point, it'll already start to be rotating and so will your hips as you come through. Okay, here we go, strike. Good, and one more, that's good, one more. That was your best one yet, that was great. That was great. Good, yeah, you got it. Good, and relax, good. I saw you run the checklist. I saw you run the checklist, which is good. We gotta do that, right? Okay, that impulse block. The reason that I'm taking you through these, even though that your jump is good, like it's a solid jump, is that we never leave technique, right? Like technique's always gonna be a part of the jump regardless. So it's, can we kind of trigger these pathways to become more efficient, get the nervous system to kind of recognize the patterns at a higher speed and segmented so that when we put the pieces back together again, like you've got all these already connected, all the dots are already connected, right? Those walkthroughs. So now what I want you to do is we're gonna go back to the walkthroughs, right? So now that we have all these kind of queued up, we're gonna do that again. We're gonna stand and we're just gonna walk through nice and slow again. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Just do that maybe another 5 times. It's really slow. Yeah. Yes, perfect, good. And you're already naturally starting to carry the hips a little bit lower without thinking because we had some drills in there, it's good, right? So those hips are gonna get low. Good. I love it, good. Be patient on rising here until that block makes contact. Because when we go slower, there's a tendency to almost like preemptively like just stand because we're like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna strike the foot. But wait for it, right? Right, so you're here, it's find the contact, then redirect. That's better, good. Good. Do another one. I like it, I like it. Give me one more. Give me one more. And speed it up just a hair. You don't have to go into a full approach, but now it's gonna be essentially, right, so now it's gonna be a little bit more dynamic. Good, perfect, good, shake out. Did you bring water and shit with you?
No, I drank all my water.
Seriously, breathe, relax, get light, attack all the way through your jump. It's already done. Good, come on. Yes, let's go. I like that. I started running before you jumped.